Hi, I'm Dean with Old English Outfitters, and today we're going to be reviewing the Mantis Blackbeard X Dryfire system. We recently started stocking all Mantis products for all their Dryfire systems, and we thought that the Blackbeard X was really cool and one of the easiest ones to plug and play. The other Dryfire systems, they work really well, but they require a little bit of setup, some putting stuff on your pistols, and even though they work good, it's not that difficult. This is very simple. You just throw this thing in your rifle and it works. The rifle that you already have, no new parts needed. Now, I mentioned that it is a Dryfire system. Really quickly, just what is Dryfire and why would that be important? So Dryfire is the act of presenting your rifle or pistol, running the trigger with no ammunition in the gun or anywhere near the gun, just to practice with it, to simulate presenting the rifle, having to hold the rifle, move, acquire targets, and get good trigger presses. There's an old adage, dry fire is where skills are made, live fire is where they are confirmed. Why a dry fire system like this that resets your trigger is nice is you can simulate an actual string of fire, full from presentation, all of your shots, you can see where they would be impacting on the target, which is a true gauge of if you were presented properly, if your sights were aligned properly. This allows you to do that. Unlike a lot of dry fire systems or a laser cartridge, it gives you a much better real life example of what that would look like if you were shooting live. A lot closer to live fire while not shooting your gun and saving a lot of money on ammunition. The Blackbeard X comes with two pieces. You have the bolt carrier group, which has the laser emitter, and then you have the magazine, which is the battery pack. You will be able to see you have this big red piece sticking out, and you can see through your ejection port. You have red there. Just a little bit of a safety thing. They really didn't need to make it a charging handle that you could see, but it helps with removing the unit, and you can look down and see that you have your dry fire system installed and not your live BCG. Very fun and honestly very addicting to use. Put the magazine in and you will hear it reset your trigger, and from then on, with every trigger press, you will have hammer fall, it will reset, and a laser will be emitted down the bore and projected onto the target of your choice, which is cool. It's nice to be able to run your rifle or do any kind of dry firing without having to reset the slide or pull the bolt to get a good trigger reset. You can just sit here, plug the magazine in, and fire away. It works quite well. We ran a few drills with it in a big open space with targets. We ended up actually shooting it out to 50 yards in a pretty well illuminated indoor environment, and you could see the laser no problem at all reflecting off the target. So you could still see hits and misses. Just a few minor gripes, maybe not even gripes, just things you might need to know. The battery takes a ridiculously long time to charge. Plugged in by itself, we were having to leave it overnight. And even then, I mean, it really had to be like evening and all the way through the night to get it to a full battery. You can't just have this thing charge in a couple hours. It's going to have one bar. The battery life is not posted very obviously on the website. I can tell you it's a very long time. We have basically just been playing with this thing for a week, along with doing our dry fire practice. So the battery life lasts a pretty long time once you get it all the way charged up. If you are a pretty experienced rifleman and you can run the trigger very fast, you can outrun this system. If you're trying to simulate a mag dump or a very quick 3-round burst, you will outrun the trigger reset. Now, it still resets. You'll just feel a little hitch in the giddy up, and then you'll be back to work. And it doesn't break. You don't have to take it apart and reset anything, but you will feel the difference when you outrun the trigger reset system. Still works fine, just something for you to know. If you try to really fire this thing off fast, you're gonna have a little bit of a difference in the feel of the reset. The Blackbeard X, which is the system we have here, is a little different than the original Blackbeard. The original Blackbeard was just a trigger reset system. You had a laser, it reset your trigger for you in a battery pack. It didn't really do anything else. The Blackbeard X combines the Mantis X system and the functionality of the Blackbeard. So you get the automatic trigger reset, but you also get the motion tracking and the performance tracking that the Mantis X provides you. You can link it up with your Mantis app and run drills with it, and it will track the path of your muzzle, talk to you about inefficiencies that you can tune out of your presentation, which is really cool. Having a system like this that is so easy to use, you just install it in the rifle. There's not a lot of setup to it. That actually works that well is nice and refreshing. A lot of stuff, a lot of dry fire systems are just complicated. The laser cartridge and the tracker and the software, and you gotta calibrate the phone to watch the target, and it's all just it's a lot. This being plug and play, probably the best way to describe it. Guys, that's the end of the review. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. In addition, we do have an Instagram, @OEOutfitters. Go over there if you like what you see, please give us a follow. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.